For me, it's not a big deal. For LeBron, it's not a big deal. I think the thing is that Kuzma trains with the guy, and Kuzma is a teammate of LeBron James, and so that I can see the connection that people would want to make. But here's somebody that's clout chasing. For me, my trainer, you don't need to talk about somebody else's about what they got going on. You worry about what I got going on. Sure. Skip, everybody knows if you put James' name in anything, it's going to grab attention. It's going to get clicks. Yeah. It's going to get somebody to, okay, let me read this. Let me open up this file and see what's going on. Look, well, how good are you? You don't train Kawhi anymore. He trained Kawhi. So why isn't Kawhi still with you? You that good.
I think he had him on an AAU team that he coached.
Let that sink in for a second. Kawhi Leonard, almost 30 years old.
AAU. That's
AAU, so that's at least that's at the bare minimum a decade ago, Skip. Look, man, these guys, look. Kawhi is immensely talented. If you want to say Kawhi looked better than LeBron, Kawhi, okay, fine. But why you got to highlight someone else by taking a shot at someone else? I've never understood that, Skip. If you're 6 foot tall, be 6 foot tall. Why you trying to be 6'10" by standing on someone else's shoulders? And that's what this guy trying to do. But good luck trying to get some other players. Good luck trying to train somebody else. Because basically that's what you're going to do. You're going to be training high school guys, AAU guys. You ain't getting no NBA talent. LeBron ain't worried about that. Right now, we 34-9-9. We're about to be 40-10-10, Skip Bayless. You know what that means, Skip? That's going to be a mythical, an unsurmountable, an uncatchable number. 40,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists. And when it's all said and done, Gold James will stand on the Mount Olympus, and he'll look to his left, and he'll look to his right as far as he can see. And there'll be not a man in sight.
You just changed the subject from Jimmy's question because you couldn't answer.
Skip, it ain't no deal. Skip, what is the deal?
This is a huge deal. You know it, and I know it. When a trainer speaks for a player, it's like a relative speaking for a player. You know and I know that the assumption is you got it from the player. Right?
Yes.
Some of this came from Kyle Kuzma. So the only way Kyle Kuzma was able to fix this, in my opinion, and I'm just shooting from a distance on this one, he had to go to LeBron and say, I have fired him. That's the only way this would work.
Skip, you took the word. I was about to say, how much longer do you think that guy's going to be training Kyle Kuzma?
All right. Well, it has to have ended, or the relationship between LeBron and Kyle Kuzma will be strained going forward.
Well, we'll see come trade deadline. How strong that relationship is.
Well, you could speculate that this got Kyle traded, right? And I still say he's the closer for this team, so you better not trade him.
You might be closing for somebody else. We might get another closer. Might get Bradley Beal. You never know what we up to. We got stuff up our sleeve.
Never know.
We got stuff up our sleeve.
Let's just go get Bradley Beal. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get Iggy too while we at it.
And Iggy.
Yep.
Okay, make it unfair.
List goes on.
Might get Uncle Jeff Green too.
Okay, get Jeff Green. Just add them on, and they'll let the Lakers have 20 guys on their bench, right?
Get their free agents. I mean, little minimum salary. Give them like like 500,000.
Okay. I don't know Clint Parks, but what he posted had smoke coming from it, because at one point he said that LeBron was dodging smoke down the stretch against Kawhi when Doc put Kawhi on LeBron in the second game they played on Christmas. And I will point out that over the last 6:39 of that game, LeBron managed to score 1 point because he missed the second free throw, which was actually a big miss with 41.9 because it tilted the game in favor of the Clippers. So for him to say, to go so far as to even to say that we know who's in the lab, meaning that LeBron did not work on his game in the offseason, that is...
Well, I'm trying
that is throwing down the gauntlet.
But everybody knows that's not true.
Well, I don't know. He's making a movie.
Yeah, but he was arriving at the set at 3:45. He's getting them shots.
So he said.
No, ain't no so he said. Don't do that, Skip.
Skip,
don't do that, Skip.
He was not getting out before I get.
Okay, fine.
Well, help me understand.
Fair.
How can you be in the lab when you got bum knees? You could be in the lab every day, but you can't play games every other day or 2 or 3 times a week. But you in the lab every day. But you got bulky knees, remember?
Yeah.
Now, somebody lying.
Yeah, but this guy is daring his followers. He said, let me hear the excuses. I'm on vacation. I got nothing but time.
Skip, he ain't got but 5 followers.
Well,
How many followers he got, Skip? Like, how many followers?
I didn't look that up.
have
I can try
no
to find
idea.
out.
Yeah, try to look that up right quick. I bet he probably got 2,500.
Well, I bet Kyle Kuzma has a lot of followers. And Kyle Kuzma, whether it was coincidence or not, posted right on top of these posts,
He did.
call a spade a spade. What? Are you validating what this man just put out there about LeBron James? That's potent. And then, by the way, that was quickly deleted, that tweet from Kyle Kuzma. Was it just a coincidence? Was it you can't connect the dots kind of a tweet? I have no idea. But it didn't look good.
No, it did. I'll be the first to admit.
Yeah.
I'll be the first. Skip, I was very, very cautious of what I said around anybody, because you have to understand that when my trainer, when I trained when I was in the league, was Rope Man, and I was very cautious, because if something got back, well, they automatically assume, well, he trained Shannon, well, that's where he got it from.
Fair.
And I didn't want that. And plus, your job was to get me in shape. I wanted to make sure I was in the bed. I didn't care about who your trainer, because I knew what I was doing.
Hey, back in Jordan's day when I was covering the Bulls in
Yeah.
Chicago, the great Tim Grover was training Michael Jordan, and I knew Tim, but did Tim ever tell me one thing about Michael? Not a peep.
Nope.
Do I talk to him? Sure, I talk to him now because he's great and he's smart and he knows a lot of things, but Michael has obviously retired.
Right.
Okay.
And you want to say, I didn't mind, how hard of a worker was Shannon every day. Yes.
That's different, right?
But I just don't get these guys. I mean, you trying to make a name for yourself, what? Okay, Kawhi, I mean, you train Kawhi, so what? Are you taking credit for what Kawhi is doing right now? And you train him at AAU? Is that what you're doing?
All that could be true. I don't know the motivation. I just know the what of this. And the what is powerful. It's bridge-burning material. And if he is still training Kyle Kuzma, I promise you, LeBron's not going to go public with the dirty laundry here. But I promise you, LeBron is not happy about this if he's still training Kyle Kuzma. And I promise you there's going to be an undercurrent between LeBron and Kyle Kuzma that will be nothing but negative.
Well, here's the thing. Kyle Kuzma says, well, you're speaking out of turn like that. You out of pocket. I'm going to find me a new trainer. Simple as that.
Simple as that. I agree. It is a fireable offense for a trainer.
Absolutely.
Especially when you take on that guy.
Yeah, he has 4,800 followers.
Like, hey.
I do got
For the reference.
4,800.
But
On which? On IG?
yeah, where he posted it. But for reference, someone's gonna see that.
Yes.
And I mean, that's the whole thing with LeBron. The moment
That's why
we
he put
say
it
anything
there.
about him,
That's why he put it out there.
he knew what he was doing.
Yes,
You
But
have to
4,800 followers don't matter when it goes viral.
know. Exactly.
And
No.
why did it go viral?
And to be honest, that's probably grown since this happened. You think about what his number was before. You'd think that people probably are
Go,
following
just keep
him
on
now.
doing what you're doing. Go.
Self-promotion.
All I know is go,
That's
James.
fine.
Skip.
But Kyle Kuzma is his own kid. He will speak his mind,
Right.
and he goes his own way. And it's possible. Whew,
But you heard what he said the other night when they lost. Ain't no next man up when it comes to LeBron.
Yeah, he did.
Now, all I know is that when Kawhi missed 22 games last year, they were 17-5.
Yeah.
they're a good team.
What's LeBron? You ever think a team that LeBron James on can go 17-5 in 22 games when he doesn't play?
Guess who the male athlete of the year was?
1 year.
Kawhi Leonard.
Oh,
We'll talk about that
interesting.
later.
We haven't even brought that
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard.
Don't do that.
How did he do
Decade,
that?
year.
I don't know.
Which one's
Yeah,
more?
yeah.
What about the next decade?
Yeah.
He won't be in
How
this
those
game.
match
He
up.
got about 3-4 more years in him. He done.
I think this situation bears watching.
Wait, Skip. We got bigger things on the agenda. We don't get pettiness. I'm the petty guy. LeBron don't worry
fair.
about petty. Bron ain't petty like that.
Oh,
the
no.
petty
I'm
throw
Petty
here.
Ruxpin.
Will Jerry Jones actually decide to bring back Jason Garrett? Is that the reality we are in? That is next. Is this a big deal or no big deal?
Well, it's not a big. I mean, I think the thing is that for me, it's not a big deal. For LeBron, it's not a big deal. I think the thing is that Kuzma trains with the guy, and Kuzma is a teammate of LeBron James, and so that I can see the connection that people would want to make. But here's somebody that's clout chasing. For me, my trainer, you don't need to talk about somebody else's about what they got going on. You worry about what I got going
Sure.
on. Skip, everybody knows if you put James' name in anything, it's going to grab attention. It's going to get clicks. It's going to get somebody to, okay, let me read this. Let me open up this file and see what's going on. Look, well, how good are you? You don't train Kawhi anymore. He trained Kawhi. So why isn't Kawhi still with you? You that good.
I think he had him on an AAU team that he coached.
Let that sink in for a second. Kawhi Leonard, almost 30 years old.
AAU. That's
AAU, so that's at least what, that's at the bare minimum a decade ago, Skip. Look, man, these guys, look,